I'd like to speak briefly about value. I'd like to speak about currencies. That is a medium of exchange for goods or services. And I would like to speak of the greatest deceit. And that is what I like to refer to as Grand Theft Planet. Because there is, in my opinion, a very clever and dynamic plan to crush what we are accustomed to using as a measure of value. In the case of the U.S., it is the discussion of the U.S. dollar. And in the case of the planet, it is the discussion of local currencies around the world which are pegged to the dollar. I would ask for the sake of argument that the listener disconnect the dollar from the term value. That is to say that the dollar has no value. It is a faith-based currency. Just because we can trade a piece of paper for goods or services today does not mean that this will be the case in the near future. And the actions of the people within the top tiers of our society proves my point. The top tier understands that the jig is almost up. The game thus far has been to accumulate as many faith-based dollars as possible. Morality be damned. Because the time is coming when the lie of the US dollar cannot be ignored. As a result, the top tier is converting the faith-based dollar to real property. But what that means for you and me is a scene out of some of the most horrific conditions possible. I'm not stating that these things are necessary to add to the mountains of fear porn already out there on the internet. I'm merely trying to tell those that have been hitting the snooze button that it's time to get up. The solution I would offer is to convert dollars into tangible assets, quietly. Yes, work for the dollars. Yes, indeed, get paid in dollars. But convert those dollars to real assets. Keep what you must to pay all of the periodic payments. Everything you pay every month: power, gas, mortgage, insurance, food, and the list goes on. I would encourage anyone willing to listen to begin disconnecting yourselves from materialistic desires and to focus on a generous amount of energy on what the term value means, and to begin to refocus your energies on preserving value. We have been hearing about currency devaluation for years. What exactly does this mean? It means that it will take more of a specific currency to buy those things which we deem valuable. Food is valuable when you're hungry. A trip to Cancun is valuable if you feel like you deserve a vacation. Clothes are valuable if one is cold. And in most cases these days, when someone wants to look trendy or fashionable. But value will need to be redefined by most in the coming decade as the standard of living moves incrementally lower. And one last thought. The reason that currency devaluation will soon be a dinner table discussion is because that is exactly what the top tier wants. When people are dying en masse from starvation, disease, suicide, and in some cases begging for death, when people have become so desperate for solutions to this crisis, and the situation becomes so dire, that even those who have everything they need are begging for solutions, there is already a plan in place. It will be touted and lauded for its power for the sake of humanity. It will be a system of worldwide debt forgiveness, as world leaders hand over sovereignty human resources, natural resources, and all things with tangible or intrinsic value to a very small group of people. My advice: buyer beware. It will be the greatest feat of deceit known to man, and will give greater status to those who already wield godlike powers among us mere mortals. Buyer beware.